Captain's log. Thursday. Aftershock. What a day it's been. A couple highlights throughout the day, including some bands I've never been able to see before, because they're from across the pond, as they say. Nothing But Thieves finally made their debut here at Aftershock Festival 2023. And I have Connor here, the lead vocalist from Nothing But Thieves, joining us today. Connor, thank you so much.
No worries. Thank you for having me. I love the intro. It's great.
You like that? I try and...
From across the pond.
Yeah. From Southend-on-Sea,
yes,
right?
That's where we're from.
In Essex.
Yeah.
So, is this your first, big major U.S. tour? Or you guys been here a couple times before?
We've technically been coming here for about 9 years. When we first came here, we came to... Our managers are from here, so we've been coming over stateside for a long time, meeting with... Back in the day, it was meeting with record labels and playing, pizza shop acoustic shows.
Yeah,
real,
doing the small stuff.
Real, getting a feel for what the whole thing is, the whole industry. It started here for us. Yep. We went to New York and LA and Nashville and just met a bunch of people, and we were we were kids. We were 19.
How old?
19.
Yeah.
And then we started touring here. I would say our first proper tours here were support tours when we were, I would say, 21, 22. So we've been touring since then, so not about 8-9 years.
And now you're up to the festival level. You're playing the big shows like this. What's it been like playing a festival like this out here on the West Coast here in California?
No, it's good. We've been playing festivals for a few years now, and I think every single time we played a festival here, it's a little bit more daunting because we don't know if anyone is going to enjoy the music.
Sure.
So I put a different hat on, really. I don't. It's not like my show where I feel more commanding or more relaxed and confident. When I'm on stage at the festivals, it's like, all right, what can I do to win these people over? And
so what do you do? What's the mentality there?
Well, I mean, firstly, I sing as well as I can. That's the main focus. It's rather than entertain it, it's I'm just going to sing my ass off.
Sure.
And then just, the slight British charm, just being lovely and polite. No joking.
Right. You're going to win them over.
I like the challenge of winning people over that don't know us or if they've been dragged over and stuff. I think it's great. And I feel like today went so well.
Yeah.
We've had a couple festivals on this run, and I really enjoyed it. It felt like I had the crowd with me.
I feel like the Aftershock crowd, I heard that from Starbenders and some of the other groups that I've been talking about, that the crowd reaction out here today has been really great to some of these bands that felt like they didn't know how it was going to be.
Yeah.
And you were pleasantly surprised.
100%. It went really, really well. And it felt really good coming off stage. Felt like we had a great show and felt like we won some people over, which is nice.
Well, you guys have a couple more California dates. You got one in Arizona, and then you're off to the UK for a bunch of dates. You kick off a Halloween show, I think, right? At the O2 Academy in Glasgow?
In Glasgow, yeah. I mean,
that sounds cool.
In England, we don't really do Halloween as heavy as you guys. I love it. It's good fun. When we come out here, we played in Florida last time it was Halloween, and that was a good laugh for us. But that was wild. But no, it's not such a big thing in the UK, so I don't know if there will be people dressing up, but we'll see.
Yeah,
it'll be fun. But yeah, UK run is going to be amazing.
And then through the end of this year, and then you're off to Belgium, Thailand, Germany, Italy, Spain, more through the early half of 2024.
Yeah.
Has this been your biggest tour here in the States to date? I know you said you've been here plenty of times, but in terms of the length and the...
So it was a bit different for us. Because of the pandemic, we had 6 years off, and we had to take some time. I had to get some surgery done, so we actually had to cancel a tour we were going to do. And but the thing is, it was just before the pandemic hit anyway, so I think we were going to have to cancel it anyway. But yeah, we've been away for 6 years, so I think the venues we played in the UK, we stuck to the same size that we were before we left.
Yep.
And I think next time we come round, we're our team is saying the demand's way more, so we're going to put on bigger shows. It's going to be really fun. So we're going to come back, I think, sometime, hopefully as soon as we can.
So what was that process kind of like dealing with? Like you said, you weren't touring. It wasn't everything as usual. Did you guys have to find a way to record were you guys on lockdown? Were you able to record together? Were you still able to rehearse? How did it all go for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, we spent a lot of time on our own writing ideas, getting that together. And then when restrictions lifted, we all had individually so many ideas that we could all meet in a group for work. That was restrictions in the UK. So we'd meet up once or twice a week, just hash out some ideas, because we had nothing else to do. We weren't allowed to tour for another year and a half. We'd released a record during the pandemic, Moral Panic, and we couldn't tour it. So
what a bummer, right?
I know, so it was kind of crazy. So we had 8 months of a record release before we could play a show. But when we played in the show in the UK, one of our first shows was the O2 Arena in London.
Oh, wow.
So that was crazy.
Not too shabby.
It was crazy coming back and the first show being something
Well,
that
I'm sure people were
dramatic.
waiting so long, right? They had
exactly.
the album that was marinating.
Exactly.
They were learning the songs, and then they get to see a live.
And we spent that time writing whilst the album was kind of doing its thing in streaming world and radio, so because we couldn't tour it. And we had a kind of EP follow-up straight away because we had so much material, and then we had the starts of the next record which we just released.
Right.
So it was like it was productive in terms of the pandemic
That's awesome.
for us.
So in touring the U.S., I always like to ask some of the other bands, any crazy stories from the road, any funny things that you guys have eaten over here, anything that stood out in your mind that's funny, unusual,
Yeah, I think
that we would get a kick out of.
I think, to me, it's crazy when you go into an American diner and they have, you have your pancake stack, but the options will be like a fried chicken on the pancake with a blueberry sauce and like bacon, and then, I'm like, are you just trying to hit every single palate in your mouth?
Right.
Like, what the fuck is that? And it just makes me laugh.
Blueberry chicken syrup.
Best lead singer in the world. Man.
He is.
The
I'd have to
best
agree with
vocal
you.
range I've ever seen. I mean that.
I love you.
What a compliment.
These are our boys we're touring with, Kid
That's
Kapichi.
right.
Yeah, they're the
They're up
best.
next. We're going to get them next.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah, I find sometimes the food, I'm just like, who has thought of that? I saw it was like a deep fried peanut butter burger the other day. I was like, what the fuck is that? Yeah, I love that.
That's great. That's hilarious. All right. So how has it been touring with these guys?
Honestly, they're family to us. We love them so much.
Are you guys friends outside of, yeah?
We've been friends with them for years. Dom in our band produces their record as well. They toured with us in the EU, and we're going to tour with them in the UK.
Nice.
And I'm sure we'll do more and more because we just love hanging out with them. And they're just good fun. Good, like
Right on.
we have
You can tell you got
good
good
parties,
chemistry.
but like good people as well, like really kind. Yeah.
Right on. All right, so 2024.
Yeah.
What do you guys got in store for everybody out there?
Well, so we have some more touring. Obviously,
Right,
the
I
EU, big
mentioned the EU
tour.
dates.
There'll be all the summer festivals again. We're just looking at dates where we can go around like this side of the planet again.
Yes.
We're just figuring it out now. So we'll get back to that as soon as we can. Probably we'll kick back to writing again at some point next year after we've taken some time off it.
Sure.
It's healthy I think it's really healthy to have a break from writing so you can change who you
Yeah,
are a
I
little
was
bit.
going to ask you.
So you can change a bit, and you
Yeah.
can change your opinions on what you write.
Perspectives,
and
whatever.
Massively. So we'll do that at some point next year. But yeah, no, it's just going to be, we're finishing off the Dethklok City tours, so in the start
Yep.
of next year.
It's a killer album.
Thanks, man.
We've been playing it on 105.7 The Bear, and I got to say, it really cuts through. There's a
Thanks,
lot of
dude.
generic mainstream rock out there,
Wow.
and you guys are tapping into something really unique and different.
Thank you
and
so much,
and
man.
it really connects, I think, with the listeners and cuts through. So keep it up.
Come
We're
on.
looking forward to more new stuff.
Thank you so much, mate.
Thank you
Nice
so
to
much,
meet you.
Connor from Nothing But Thieves.
Cheers, dude.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.